starting is the hardest part, 100%. We all know it, okay? There's always been times in our lives where we've had to go and start something and it's not easy at all because we don't know about it, okay? We're unaware, we haven't really taken action in that realm before, okay? Going to the gym for the first time, whether it be going and trying something new, whatever it may be, going and starting that business, okay? Going and begin to study, okay? Taking those positive steps, it's not easy. Okay, but it is the most important thing. It is crucial because once you start, that's when you can keep going. So man, just look to take that first step. Okay, it's not easy, bro, but we need to look to do it. Okay, and the reason it might be hard is because there could be fear. Okay, but to overcome that fear, just know that the reward is going to be so much greater and beneficial because of the risk. Okay, once you take that risk, once you step out of your comfort zone, the opportunities are endless, okay? Once you take that first step, who knows what's gonna happen? When you start that business, who knows, what you can build? When you start going to the gym that first day, who knows what kind of body you can build? Okay, it's all about building, okay? But to start building, you need to take that first step. So to overcome that fear, just know that the reward is going to be far greater. Another thing could be too, of the people around you, fear of what they may think, but don't worry. Okay, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is God. Okay, the only person, the only perception of you that matters is what God thinks of you, is also what you think of yourself. So don't worry about the perceptions of others, what they may think of you, and take that action because no, it's all going to pay off. You're going to be standing there, successful, fulfilled, purposeful. Nothing or no one can take that away from you, and you're living your best life, and that's all that matters, right? But it begins with that first step, and it is not easy, but it's just about overcoming that fear. Not only that, but overcoming the unknownness, the uncertainty. We don't really know anything about that. We have a bit of knowledge, but we haven't actually tried it. We don't know what's going to happen. Okay, it could be unexpected, it's unpredictable. And it can be a bit scary, a bit daunting, but it's just about taking that step, bro. Today, I encourage you just to take the step, because once you take the step, you realize that it's not that bad. But you can also realize that it's not for you. For instance, in terms of business, if you go and try a certain business model, you take that step, you take that action, you get a gauge, you get an idea of it, then you keep going, keep working, and you may just realize, wait, it isn't for me. For instance, I tried that with job shipping. I went in, okay, and it just was not for me. Okay, spending a lot of money, it's saturated now. Okay, if you want to try it, yes. But for me, I realized, but content creation, going and looking to make a business through a course, through coaching, whatever it may be, that's what I find fulfilling. And I've just done that too. I've just taken that step, look to build a course, which hopefully will be out soon. And it's just so much more fulfilling and purposeful to me. And I'm so glad that I took that first step, because I put it off for a long time. On my habit tracker, I had business on one of the last columns, and it was X after X after cross after cross after cross after cross in red. And I was like, oh my gosh. From the start, the first 2 days I ticked it because I was watching some videos on how to build it. Okay, getting an idea of what I needed to do. So I had an idea, so I counted that as a bit of, preparation for it, right? But then after those 2 days, it was like 15 days, okay, that I kept on just going X until I finally decided to take that action, okay, to go and do it. And I'm so glad I did. Okay, I don't really know what I was putting in. It wasn't really fear, it was just a bit of unknownness. I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really have an understanding, a complete understanding of where I wanted to go. But once I just took that step, now I'm feeling so much better because I'm making solid progress towards that. And I feel that this is really something that I want to do, right? But it's just about taking that first step. Today, take that first step. Don't worry about the fear, whether it just may be small, okay? Whether it may be just starting, going to the gym and doing a couple sets, a couple reps, not, just easing into it, get an idea, and then you build from there, okay? Because once you start, then you realize, oh my gosh, if it's for you, like for instance, going to the gym, you realize, oh my gosh, I actually enjoy this, all right? You can build your dream body, all right, let's keep going. All right, I actually like this business model, let's keep going. Okay, I've just started studying for 5-10 minutes. I feel really good. I'm in a bit of a flow state. Okay, my brain's ready to keep going. I'm getting better. I'm learning these concepts, solidifying these concepts. Let's keep going, bro. And so once you start and you find that is so much easier to keep going. I had to keep pushing, to keep going. But then there also comes a point, and this is another thing that you need to think about. There comes a point where continuing on that journey may be a bit difficult. And that's where consistency comes in. Okay, so first and foremost, just focus on starting now. Okay, but if you have started and you've been going for a little bit, but things are getting a bit tough, you might be slacking off a little bit, a couple of missed days, that is where you need consistency. Okay, whether it be just, dialing it back down, okay, for instance, doing a couple less sets in the gym so that you can be consistent again, and then building it back up. Okay, in terms of business, maybe instead of working like 3 or 4 hours, you maybe dial it back to 1 or 2 so that you can get back into being consistent. And so it's not so daunting. In terms of meditation, if you're doing 10 or 20 minutes, maybe dial it back to 3 to 5 minutes daily so that you can get back into a consistent rhythm, and then you can bring it up a bit, okay, back to where you were. But it's just about consistency after that. But the main message is to take that first step, because it is so rewarding. It is so powerful. It is so amazing to take that first step, to feel great, because it really does. Once you take that first step, you realize as well that you've been putting it off for so long. You could have done so much more at that time, but you didn't. Okay, but again, you should have started before, probably. That's what you're probably saying in your mind. I should have started. I should have started a week ago, a month ago, even a year ago, if you've been putting something off for that long, right? Okay, maybe the best time to start was then. But something that I really want you to know is that the best time was maybe to start then. That might have been the best time, but the second best time to start is now. Okay, you probably could have started that time ago. You could have started a month ago, a year ago, but you didn't. Okay, you can't change the past, right? That's it. But the second best time, and now the actual best time, is to start right now. Because right now, the power of now is what you can control. You can't control the past. Okay, it's already happened. The future is basically in your control now, but you can't really. You don't know what's going to happen, right? But the main thing you can control right now is the present. And that will also dictate your future. Okay, if you take the positive habits, you're going to become a better person. If you give into sin, if you give into bad habits, then decline on your improvement journey. Okay, so take that first step, bro. It's not easy. There may be that fear and maybe that unknowingness, but just take that step, bro. Okay, because once you do it, it's so fulfilling. Get rid of the fear. Know that the step that you're going to take is going to be so much better than not taking it. Okay, because the worst thing a human can feel is regret. Okay, the worst thing a human can feel is regret. It is the worst feeling. Okay, so don't feel that. Okay, don't feel regret. Don't feel guilty that you didn't take that step. Take it today. Okay, because that's the thing as well. You can try and try again. If you go to the gym, honestly, you just do it, bro. And through that one session, that one action, you will be making progress. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make gains in that first session, but you're going to build mental strength. You're going to go and become more consistent in that habit. Okay, for instance, with business, if you try a business, you can always start again. Okay, obviously it's probably better to choose, with dropshipping, I was spending quite a bit of money and I wasn't really getting the results. And to keep learning and growing, I had to continue to spend money, right? Whereas building courses, you don't have to spend. You can keep creating as many courses as you want, and that won't stop you at all. Money isn't a factor there. You can just keep going. You can build as many courses as you want and keep going and learning, right? There is no limit. Okay, that's why I kind of switched from that as well. That's one of the reasons, but I just wasn't fulfilling, bro. I was actually more in that dropshipping. This is another sort of topic, another sort of video, but I was actually feeling depressed, bro. In that, I've never ever felt that before, but I was anxious because, there was money, and I was like, okay, I'm spending all this money, right? But is it gonna be a return? Okay, am I gonna make it back? I couldn't sleep, right? I was like, surely someone's gonna buy it. Okay, I spent a whole bunch of money on a web page. I designed that my store looked quite cool, it was good. I thought it'd be able to convert, right? A high conversion rate, but it just wasn't happening, and I was just spending money and there was no return. One sale I think I made, I was really excited about, quite early as well, but then nothing else happened. And to keep going and trying and testing different products, I had to keep loading money into it, which was just You know what I mean? Just loading money, and having no idea if it would work, and it didn't. Right? But with this now, this is an example. With courses, I can try now as many times as I want. I can build as many courses as I want, and there is no limit. And that's the best thing. All I have to do is start. I don't know why I didn't even start. Should have started earlier, right? But again, the best time to start may have been then, but the second best time to start is now. And in fact, the best time to start would be now. Right? So again, bro, it's been a bit of a longer video, right? But you know, from this one to the concept of just taking that first step, but that's it, bro. It is the most important thing, because once you take that first step, that first action, that is when you can find continual improvement. That is when you're going to be able to grow. Okay? That is where real growth happens. Okay? And when you do that, you will be able to improve your Christ and renew your life. So I really hope that you could find this message inspiring, okay? Because it is super important just to take action. Okay, if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe so that more people can see this and begin to take that first step in their own lives. So thank you, and have a truly blessed day. Amen.
Yo, I cannot fail if the Lord's with me. Same way if the Lord's with you. Exodus 14 verse 14. I need to be still when the Lord comes through. That's true. Not gonna be easy. Push through the pain like a wisdom tooth. For real. He don't leave us alone. He gave us man's the spirit of truth.